Good day, we are the Group 1 presenter and we are going to report the Module 1, which is the learning plans in the context of the 21st century. And for the reporters, we have Barangay Jinros, Asido Joshua, Tantoy Marian Jane, Rabor Johani, Marapi Marjorie, and yours truly, Hexel Rose Babatuan.
The K-12 curriculum has important features that have been carefully considered to make sure that all the courses in a teacher education program is like suitable siya for the needs of modern classrooms in the 21st century. So this includes the use of technology at different levels of learning and in teaching different subjects. So in simpler terms, the K-12 curriculum helps teachers learn how to use technology effectively in their classrooms and adapt their learning methods to meet the needs of like today's classroom which is the 21st century. Okay, so the use of technology is done in the different levels of learning and in teaching the various fields of specialization as it mentioned in the first slide. So one is strengthening early child education or the universal kindergarten. With the universal kindergarten program of the department, every Filipino child is expected to have access to early childhood education. This access can be facilitated by using technological tools that are readily available to the schools and for the teachers to use. So, this means that all children, regardless of their background or location, kung background which is kung pobre ba siya or dato, sa location, kung layo ba ang ilang balay or doon sa school, children should have the opportunity to attend kindergarten. So to make this possible, schools and teachers can use technology tools that are easily accessible and can be used in the classroom. Depende kung unsay naa sa classroom nga may use or may utilize sa students or sa children and sa teacher. Like for example, si teacher pwede siya maggamit of educational apps or like software on tablets or pwede siya makakuha sa computer to enhance the learning experience of kindergarten students or children. So these tools can include like interactive games or mga videos like ABCD para makabalo sila kung siyempre sa A, sa B, and or like mga educational activities like answer kung unsay mga colors like that. So in that way, this can help children develop important skills like sa pag-read or writing or kanang maka-emphasize sila or makaila na sila sa colors o sa numbers inana. So by incorporating technology into the classroom, teachers can make learning more engaging, of course, and interactive for young learners. Okay, so next is making the curriculum relevant to learners, the contextualization and enhancement. So the research shows that learners will value a curriculum that is relevant to their world. Students are often heard saying, "Do I need to know this to live a meaningful life? How will I use this lesson in the actual workplace? What is the relevance of this to me?" And so on. So like, familiar sad na siya kay makaanak ko daw sa iya. Ano na, may siya nga subject, uy, unsa man gamit sa ipanarbaho na to, magamit pa din ni siya. So to make the curriculum relevant to learners, the approach of contextualization and enhancement is used. So meaning that the curriculum is designed to consider the specific needs of the learners, the needs, the interests, the experiences, because it aims to make learning more meaningful and applicable to their lives. Like for example, for example, sa social studies class, the curriculum can be enhanced by incorporating diverse perspectives and experiences. So this includes like mag-study of different cultures, exploring mga historical events from multiple viewpoints, and discussing current social issues that are relevant to to the students' life. Kaya ara man lang mabawan nga mao din na siya yung purpose nga ng konti para makabalota kung unsay mga cultures, different cultures, para ma-experience pud nato at the same time nakakaton ta na. Okay, so next is building proficiency, mother tongue based multilingual education, meaning that by using the language that children are most familiar with, is they are being able to better understand and engage in their education well. Like, for example, if a child's, kung iya ang language sa bata is Bisaya, so ang pag-explain or ang pagtudlo sa lesson in like subjects like math, science, or etc. can be taught using Bisaya language as a medium of instruction, because this helps children grasp the concepts more effectively, because they are learning in a language they understand well. Kaya bisan og kita siguro depende po siguro na sa parents kung yun sa niya pagtudlo ang kay parents mo gid ang first teacher nato. Kaya na may uban nga ikaw nga parents ang imong gitudlo nga language sa bata is English, para kung inig dako niya di na siya maglisod sa universal language. So nasa uban nga Bisaya, using the mother tongue as the initial language of instruction helps children learn a second language more easily. So dali na lang kay ka makakuan ko sa universal language kung ikaw nagkuan ka sa Bisaya nga language. Then kung mag-study ka or like na kay knowledge more and more, you are going to pick the language or the second language more easily na. Okay, once you have a strong foundation in that mother tongue, or you can gradually transition to learning additional languages, like katong sa gingon ako ganina nga makatabi na ka in second languages like English. Okay, so next is ensuring integrated and seamless learning, or spiral progression. So this means that students learn basic concepts first, like ara man jud ta magsugod, we can learn ara ta makatuon kung unahon jud nato ang basic, kung sa basic ta magsugod, and then ayaw pa ta maka-build or like build upon them like we can build through the basic knowledge natong nakatunan, para mas we can get a progress to more complex and advanced versions of those concepts or contents nga atong katunan. So in order to support this spiral progression, teachers need to have a combination of 3 types of knowledge. Like sa gingon ako ganina, the technological knowledge, the content knowledge, and pedagogical knowledge, or also known as TPAC. So technological knowledge is mag-refer siya sa understanding how to effectively use technology tools in teaching and learning. Then the content knowledge refers to having a deep understanding of the subject matter being taught, or ang content knowledge is the content nga imong itudlo, and the pedagogical knowledge refers to knowing how to effectively teach and engage students in learning process. Kung unsay mga way nimo in teaching nga maka-learn sa students, or to engage students more in that specific subject. Next is gearing up for the future. Excuse me. The K-12 curriculum ensures college readiness by aligning the core and applied courses to the College Readiness Standards or CRS and new General Education or GE curriculum. Hence, the K-12 curriculum focused on developing appropriate specialization subjects for academic, sports, arts and designs, and technical vocational livelihood tracks. All of these specializations have to be supported by education for better learning. So, ganina, academic, mga track sa mga track na possible nga available sa every school na i-offer ana nga 11 o senior high school, which is the grade 11 and grade 12, or like na ay academic track, sports, arts and designs, the TVL track, and all of these specializations need to be supported by education for the better learning. Like for example, so ikaw nga imong gikuha is ang TVL track, so you need to take the courses in college nga related sa imong gikuha, like sa TVL nga imong gikuha pag senior high, para ang imong skills or knowledge ana is ma-enhance pa, or like punan pa ang imong skills and knowledge ana nga or ang imong expertise ana is ma-improve pa. Okay, so the last one is nurturing the holistically developed Filipino college and livelihood readiness, or in the 21st century skills. So to nurture holistically developed Filipino, every K-12 graduate is expected to be ready to go into different paths, be it further like education, employment, or entrepreneurship. Okay, bisan pa og naka humantaw, like for example sa K-12 or sa bisan og sa college, bisan og nakahumantaw college is we have the different paths to take. Like ikaw, kung bisan nakahuman ka, ganahan ka mong trabaho, nag-concentrate ba karon, or nag-business na lang ka, or yeah, nagtrabaho na lang ka, or wa ka in pursue or in continue sa imong nga course. Like sa education, wala ka ni take og board, kay nagtrabaho sa ka, So every graduate is expected to be equipped with information, media, and technology skills, learning and innovation skills, effective communication skills, and life and career skills. Para kung nakahuman na ka ana, is na ka na mga skills, dali na lang ka madawat sa every nga company or every nga work na imong applyan. Katong sa effective communication skills is graduates learn how to express themselves clearly and confidently. So ari kung mag-apply kang work, kung may lang ka mamaba, kung may lang ka like sa interview, di man jud na mawang interview, kung maayo lang imong communication skills is always jud kang madawat ana nga work, ana nga certain work. So that could be all for my part, and thank you for listening.
Teachers play a very important role not only inside the classroom as classroom teachers, but also facilitators of student learning, designing, implementing, and evaluating the curriculum. So it states here that the teacher kuno is not just nara sila sa classroom, but also they are the facilitators of students. Sila ang magama sa learning, sila ang mag-design, saan pag-implement, and saan pag-evaluate sa curriculum. In the Philippines, the teachers are expected to actively engage themselves in curriculum design to ensure that the K-12 curriculum will be delivered as it's best for the students to realize fully the intended learning outcomes. So the teachers are also the bridge so that the learners will be the to help the learners to be knowledgeable or to learn what is the intended learning outcomes, what should be delivered to the intended learning outcomes. So let's move on to the following are points to consider in identifying and understanding teachers' roles as curriculum designers. The most important person in the curriculum implementation process is the teacher. With the knowledge, experiences, and competencies, teachers are central to any curriculum development effort. Better teachers support better Better teachers supports better learning because they are most knowledgeable about the practice of teaching and responsible for introducing the curriculum in the classroom. So by Alphabet 2016, the teacher's kuno is the main or the central part of the curriculum. Of course, kay sila man ang mas nakabaw, sila man ang knowledgeable sa on pag-teach, sila ang responsible na sa pag-introduce ato sa curriculum. Curriculum is the planned interaction of pupils with instructional materials, resources for evaluating attainment of educational objectives by Jadhav and Patankar 2013. So, the teachers kanang mo come up sila o kanang na sila plan na learning materials, mga instructional materials, for example, mga in digital materials or even traditional materials, sila ang mag-come up ana so that to attain the objectives. Curriculum is content, but when contextualized, it comes alive for student, of course. So the curriculum kuan na jud na siya gi-made ra gigama siya nga in written or sa mga higher position, but it mahimo siyang contextualize when there is interaction with the students and the teachers or ilahang na made ang content. Teachers build lessons that include simultations, experiments, case studies, and activities to deliver the curriculum. Also, teachers, on their part, have practical knowledge based on their daily work with students. So, teachers will have a activities or mga quizzes or mga experimental nga ilahang pagabuhaton with the learners so that para ma-deliver ang curriculum and of course the teacher napit sila pagsatagsa ka knowledge nga kanang unsay angay buhaton nga mahimo siyang effective sa mga learners. So for the lesson 2, which is ICT pedagogy, integration and mathematics and sign learning plans. We're calling ICT integrated activities experience. So let us all recall the ICT tools that were used by the teachers in the lower level and mathematics and science subjects. And how are we going to describe or how are they become the bridge to fully understand our lessons, especially in mathematics and science. So here are some of the ICT tools. We do have Google Meet, projector, office, and laptop. Text in line and integrating technology in instruction. By Chan Fisafia, 1994. He said that integrating technology with teaching means the use of learning technologies to introduce, reinforce, supplement, and extend skills. On the other hand, integrating technology into curricula can mean different things: computer science courses, computer-assisted instruction, and computer-enhanced or enriched instruction. 2. Matching software with basic skill competencies. And 3. Keyboarding with word processing followed up with the presentation tools. So by John Fisafia, he means that by the help of the ICT tools helps us to extend our knowledge and our skills. And of course, di ba na mga application or websites, di ba? Nga makakuha ta ay ana di ay nga wala na to siya na discover because of just traditional lang nga learning not like in the 21st century skills. Integrating technology and instruction. International safety for technology and education. Effective integration of technology is achieved when students are able to select technology tools, help them obtain information in a timely manner, analyze and synthesize the information, and present it professionally. The technology should become an integral part of how the classroom functions, as accessible as all other classroom tools. So the ICT tools so in order to have effective integration of technology, naa sa din na siya dapat dili lang kay for example ang imuhang intended learning outcomes kay lahi ang technology tools nga imong gigamit. For example, kuan ba mo diha gipahimo mo og paragraph or kanang reflect reflection or journal then naa ka sa Microsoft um, Excel ka naghimo. So dili siya effective ang technology nga imong gamit. So that's why dapat na ay effective integration of technology. Margaret Lloyd 2005, ICT integration encompasses as an integral part of the broader curriculum reforms which include both infrastructural as well as pedagogical considerations that are changing not only how learning occurred but what is learned. So by Margaret Lloyd, um, he or she said that ang pag-integrate sa ICT is dili lang kay diha ta mo stop nga mao na siya nga learning, but mo consider sa ta nga unsa ang mga na-change sa unsa ang mga na-change, and of course ato siyang i-realize. Number 4 by Kiyon Wang and Violet 2007, integrating information and communication into teaching and learning is a growing area that has attracted many educators' effort in recent years. So of course, as the world become modernized, mas nakabaw ang mga tao, mas knowledgeable sila nga ay mas better nga magamit ang technology so that less time consuming siya, then dali siyang nimo for example dali ka research dahil sa una nga book ra magtagbo pa kaasa to nga page, while diri sa for example sa Google maka-search ra ka diretso. So, number 5, by Bernard Bahati, 2010, the process of integrating ICT in teaching and learning has to be done at both pedagogical and technological levels with much emphasis put on pedagogy. ICT integration into teaching and learning has to be underpinned by sound pedagogical principles. So, this statement emphasized the need of comprehensive approaching to integrating information and communication technology sa education. So, it means it is the integration should occur on two fronts, which is the pedagogical means it is related to teaching methods and technological. And additionally, it underscores the importance of prioritizing pedagogy over technology. It is also highlighting that the use of ICT in teaching and learning should be guided by strong pedagogical principles for effective and meaningful educational outcomes. So, last, UNESCO 2005. ICT integration is not only merely mastering the hardware and software skills, teachers need to realize how to organize the classroom to structure the learning tasks. So, that statement is nag-emphasize that ang effective nga pag-integrate sa ICT sa education dapat goes beyond siya sa technical skills. Kay si teacher dapat mo-understand siya nga unsaon pag-organize sa classroom o unsay structure learning task para ma-maximize ang benefits of the technology. So, information and communication technology. The following are the definitions of ICT from various literatures. So, by UNESCO 2020, ICT is a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to transmit, store, and create, share, and exchange information. UNESCO defined it also scientific, technological, and engineering discipline and management technique use and handling information, it is application and association with social, economic, and cultural matters. So, by UNESCO ICT refers to lain-lain nga tools o mga resources sa pag-deal sa information like sa computer o sa internet, and UNESCO says it dili lang siya about technology but also naasad siya yung mga scientific engineering and management approaches nga connecting with social, economic, and cultural aspect. So, pag-deal sa information, dili lang kay siya by the use of the internet We also need the scientific and the proven, o I mean, nga sa mga like dapat involved sad ang mga professionals nga mas nakahibaw-an na kay dili ra baya sa tong pag-search dili baya na ingon nga mao jud na nabay uban na ng mga misinformation ang mugawas sa internet. By Rudder's World 2018, ICT influence every aspect of human life. They play silent roles in workplace, business, education, and entertainment. Moreover, many people recognize ICTs as catalyst for change, working conditions, handling, and exchanging information, teaching methods, learning approaches, scientific research, and increasing information and communication technologies. So, of course, the ICT helps siya to transform us, di ba? To naa siya, yung ICT naa siya yung klase-klase nga rules sa workplace, in business, and of course, in education.
Learning Plan 1. First is content standard. So, the guidelines used to ensure consistency, quality, and appropriateness in written, visual, or multimedia content. Also help to maintain a certain level of firmly and effectiveness in communication across different platforms or contexts. So the learning demonstrates understanding of first how genetic information is organized in genes and chromosomes. Second is the different patterns of inheritance. The next is the perform standard. So expectation that define the desired level of performance or achievement in a specific context. So this standard used to assess and measure how well an individual process, system, or protect meets or requirements. So the learner transfer learning by formulating family pedigree that showcases the genetic characteristics or diseases that run in their family to become aware of the risk of possible genetic disease. So the last is the learning competencies. So specific skills, knowledge areas, or abilities that individual are expected para ma-acquire or para ma-demonstrate within a particular educational or training context. So, kini nga competencies outline is the essential elements that contribute para effective lamang og mastery of a subject or set of skills. So, the first, the describe location of genes and chromosomes. The second, explain the different patterns and non-Mendelian inheritance. So, the Laurillard's conversational framework, or LCF. So, is relevant in the field of mathematics and science education, for it demands that use of appropriate technologies in teaching and learning process. It clearly underscored the importance of collaboration between teachers and the students. So, usa po dani para emphasizes the importance of dialogue and interaction in learning. So, it consists of 4 types of learning activities. Mao ang acquisition, discussion, investigation, and practice. So, the framework areas to enhance the quality of learning experiences by integrating technology and fostering active engagement. So, here's the example about the student objective learning outcomes. So, the day 1, through a refreshment activity, the student will be able to A. Recall the major points of Mendel's 3 laws of inheritance. B. Is appreciate the laws formulated by Mendel. And the C is make a timeline of Mendel's journey on his experiment. So, the day 2, identify the components of DNA, recognize the role of each DNA component in specifying the traits of an organism, and perform the DNA's recipe activity. So the D3, through a song entitled I'm My Own Grandpa, the students will be able to complete the lyrics of the song I'm My Grandpa. B is display collaboration among members, and the C perform ultimate pedigree challenge activity. And D4, through the article about the blue people of Troublesome Creek, the students will be able to search the blue people pedigree, value reading through understanding an article, and perform associated laboratory activity. In day 5, through the pipe cleaner activity, the students will be able to appreciate one's family traits via parent simulation and determine the traits of their parents. In the week 2 and day 6, through completion of the Piper Cleaner Babies activity, the students will be able to differentiate phenotype from genotype and provide examples of genotype and phenotype and determine the possible traits of their firstborn child. And on day 7, through a library activity, the students will be able to identify the traits and genetics diseases that run in their family. And B, value the importance of making pedigree for keeping a family record and make a creative pedigree. And day 8, through the Punnett Square, the students will be able to solve genetic problems on 6-line traits, explain why women and carriers disease, and compare the test results. And the day 9, through the heredity simulation activity, the students will be able to recall 6 linked traits, infer why women are carriers of disease, and interpret the pedigree presented in day 10. Through the PowerPoint presentation of the ABO blood group, the students will be able to complete the blood typing game, recognize the importance of blood donation and transfusion, and perform the blood test in babies and criminals activity. In the week 3, day 11, through the Human Genome Project article, the students will be able to deduce of the ethical issue of genetics, recognize the role of genetic in human life, and write a reaction paper of the Genome Project. In day 12, through a PowerPoint presentation of genetic diseases, the student will be able to identify the common diseases that are passed on parent and offspring and determine the role of genetics in the passing disease. And day 13 to 14, so through the family pedigree presentation, the students should be able to determine the genetic characteristic and disease that run in their family and be reflect on the possible characteristic and or disease that they might have acquired from their parents can be passed on their own children and communicate the result of their family pedigree analysis to the relatives to help them to be aware of the rest of possible genetic diseases they might have acquired. And the last is day 15. Through a chapter quiz about Mendelian genetics, the students should be able to recall the previous discussion about the important concept in genetics and validate their understanding of the world of genetics. So, daily procedure. So, daily procedure is an outline that specific activities and instructions, the strategies that a teacher will use to facilitate learning during a single class period of the session. It provides a structured roadmap of how the lesson will unfold. In the day 1, the students will be able to assess their prior knowledge. So, first, ang prior knowledge. So, mag-understand sila to help tailor your lesson to their needs, providing appropriate challenges and support. And after, the day 2, the student perform the activity. So, after mauna na ang student nga ilan ang i-perform ilang activity. So, the flow of this procedure in lesson plan can be adjusted based on the needs of the students and the progress of the class. So, additionally, providing opportunities, the students' interaction, questioning, and discussion can enhance engagement and learning outcomes.
So, good afternoon everyone. So, I'll be tackling about the daily procedure. So, in the daily procedure, it outlines the specific activities and instructions, strategies that a teacher will use to facilitate learning during a single class period or a session. And also, it provides a structured roadmap for how the lesson will unfold. So, certainly, daily procedure in a lesson plan naagod siya outline sa mga specific activities and also the instructional strategies. So first day by day by connecting the day's lesson to the broader curriculum so first hook or attention grabbing activity to engage students and also kanang mag-overview sa lesson o unsay kanang that will be or what will be discussed or what the activity nga gihatag and its relevance. Therefore, for the review, briefly you revisit previous lesson or sa imuhang prerequisite knowledge. So, in the objective statement clearly diha naka-state ang learning objectives for the day. And also in the
instruction no nga kanang you present your information through lectures or demonstrations in multimedia. So, and also you provide clear and explanations and examples, and also guided practice. So by facilitating the activities where students apply nga the teacher has the guidance or ang flow sa concepts nga gihatag unsay gi-guide nga activities or unsay gihatag, and also being independent practice. So you assign a task or exercise for students to complete on their own tasks or activities. So I think also in differentiated instruction no nga ang teaching methods no tailored to accommodate diverse learning styles, especially in a formative assessment. So day by day no you are going through assessments to gauge student understanding, and also collaborative learning that you as a teacher no in a daily procedure no you incorporate groups activities that to promote peer instruction of what you have been discussing, yeah, and also you connect the day's lesson to the broader curriculum. So in assignments diha na ma-assign ang mga relevant tasks for reinforcement or kanang i-extension ba nimo na by extension, and also lastly the flow in sa daily procedure no on that day no kanang you give reflection to identify no the areas for improvement and adjustment for the lesson or sa lesson nga gihatag anang day by day. So again, so in daily procedure no from day 1 to day 5 no the students will be able to assess their prior knowledge, and the students also perform the activity, and therefore the flow of this procedure in lesson plano can be adjusted sa based niya sa needs of the students and the progress of the class. And additionally, no, providing opportunities for students' interaction, questioning, and discussion can enhance engagement and learning outcomes. So that's all about my topic and daily procedure.
So, good day everyone. Prerequisite skills. So, ang prerequisite skills, kay mao ni siya ang mga skills na dapat na mga students before sa instruction or discussions sa teachers. Like, na sila understanding of genetic concept from grade 7 science, basic research skills, problem solving, and knowledge of using MS Word, and also knowledge in using MS PowerPoint. Next, kay materials and resources required for the unit. So first kay technology hardware required. So mao ni siya mga laptops, computers, projection system. So projection system mao ni siya ang equipment na gamiton para mag-display sa content. Then internet connection mao ni siya ang gamiton para online access or collaboration. And then the technology software required for the unit. So first is database or spreadsheet. So mao ni siyang software for gamiton for organizing and analyzing data. Then web browser o word processing. Word processing is gamiton siya for creating and editing documents. And then the last software na required for the unit kay presentation. So presentation software is gamiton for creating and delivering presentation.
So, accommodation for differentiated instruction. So first, students with special learning needs. So provide note from class discussion for review. So as a teacher, you have to provide a note from discussion so that ang mga students with special learning needs ay maka-review sila o maka-gain sila og knowledge through sa pag-review nila. And then offer supplementary examples or explanation and other reading materials. So, ang teacher dapat mag-provide sa og explanation or add examples para masabtan jud nila ang mga gidiscuss ni teacher o mas ma-expound pa ilang learnings about that certain topic. Then, prepare alternative activities that are developed appropriately to the students. Second is students with visual impairment. So, mao ni siya ang mga students na may problem sa mata, like blurred or totally blind na gud siya. Then, prepare speakers whenever videos are to be played. So, ang teacher kay dapat jud mag-prepare og speakers kung mag-play siya og videos para ang mga student with visual impairment kay makasabot gyapon siya sa content sa video na gi-play. Bisag wala siya nakakita or wala siya nakaklaro sa video nga gi-play ni teacher, pero makasabot gyapon siya through audio. So, and the third one is students with hearing impairment. So, add subtitles to the video used in class. So, when you play a videos in class, dapat nga na-jud siya og subtitles ang video so that ang teacher ay ang students with hearing impairment kay makasabot japon siya sa content bisag wa siya kayo nakadungog or totally wa jud sila nakadungog kay makasabot gyapon sila through subtitles na gi-provide ni teacher. Then importante sad nga maka-learn kag basic language to communicate with the students who has learning hearing impairment. O search for speech instructor or someone who knows sign language to assist you in communicating. Oh, ang ikaupat guys, students who are gifted. So, provide additional materials or resources for further reading. So, enhance their learning or experience by offering extra materials or resources to encourage further reading. Prefer alternative activities that is developmentally appropriate for gifted students. Then, accommodate questions to the best of your ability. So, respond ka sa ilang questions as base as you can. Then, refer students to acknowledged person or reliable book or website for questions you cannot answer. So, if ang mga gifted students or ang mga students ka na questions, unya, di mo mansiran, i-guide sila sa mga reliable books or website as a source of accurate information. So, that's all sa akong part. Thank you.